Pidgin live with Andy Boomatai. Ivala out plenty, that's no lie. That's what the Hammer Jang Gang like for see. When we tune in, we get that guarantee. Daily Pidgin live with Andy Boomatai. Turn on the camera and let 'em fly. He just give 'em no more plan. Like we always say, if can. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we spread aloha far and wide. Ooh, Hammer Jang Gang and the Daily Pidgin Live.
How's it, gangy? And welcome to the Daily Pidgin Live. My name is Andy Boomatai, and I will be your chat moderator, bus driver, JPO, whatever you like call me. But this is a chat show, okay? So for all the people tuning in, I'm going to watch Andy Boomatai do stand-up comedy for an hour and a half. Sorry to disappoint you. The stars in the Daily Pidgin Live are the Hammer Jang Gang. That's right. That's all the gang who comment and chat and whatever you like call them. And that's what we do here, okay? And let's recognize some people. This is the part we call the romper room. Hey, Geraldine from the Facebook side. How's it? There's Keola P. Opai Almoto. Hey, how's it, Madori? And Brian and Shakalaka. Opai Almoto. And there's Mochiko Chicken. How are you, Mochiko Chicken? Then there's Michael Oyama, captain of the K crew. See the K? Explain that in a bit. How's it, Vicky Asato? Boy, Poo, how are you, Beef Stew? And there's Robert Leslie, Big Squirrel Knots. How's it, Frank Madrid? Mahalo for being here, Louise. Marie Lyons and Rick Iwamoto. How's it, gang? That's what we do. We say, how's it, everybody? Hey, Miles, how are you? Brian, right out. How are you, man? Good to have you here. And you know what? Kevin Frazier, how's it, Andy and the gang? See his shaka with the actual keyboard. Not bad. Whoo, smooth the shirt. That's from 76 Metal Dragon. Thanks, Yeah, I had this one a while. One of my favorites. And there's Tegan asking, is that a Toy Richards? No. I only have about 5 Toy Richards, Tegan. This is, again, part of my 4-year-old vintage stock from Hilo Hattie. How's it, Brian? How are you? OP, man. Yeah, that's Wild Willie. Did I say hi to you? If not, double how's it? How are you? And there's Mel Wildman. Aloha. Oh, never clickanize Mel good enough. Sorry if I misclick, the reflex is not quite what they used to be. That's okay. I have strengths in other areas. Hey, Curtis with the K right there. If you see people posting the K, what that is people who generally lurking, right? Like Lady Ann here. And we say, hey, give us the wellness check. Let us know you are right. Just hit that K. That's right. Look, Krista, Romper Room. That's right. There you go. Hey, Krista, this is for you. I see Krista Lynch in the Romper Room. That's how. Hey, all I caught was squirrel nuts. Well, no, it's big squirrel nuts. That's in his whole deal right there. Okay. Hey, how's it, Chris? And let's see, I went catch Keola P. Whoa, look at that handsome dog right there. Eric Sheets, aloha from the East Bay. Oh, mahalo, East Bay, checking in. I think I went touch upon Chris Sanderson, but I'll go back and say aloha officially right there. Okay. How's your Brian Gallagher? Long time no see. Hey, from back in the KKUA days. Brian, hey, guess who I spoke to? I guess it's tomorrow, Kamasami Kong. I talked to him about being a guest on this show. We booked a date, and now I just got to follow up and figure out what's going on. We do interviews on the show now. That's right. And today's interviewee, is that right, is Stephen Espaniola from San Francisco. Yeah, and he, ukulele teacher. He plays at... Nohelani's, I think there in, I forget where, even though I've been there. Hey, how's it, Ray? Ooh, look your avatar. How you had that one, bro. That's right. Okay. Hey, Doc Bailey, I don't believe it. Are you, Doc? I was just talking about you the other day. And what I was saying, Doc, was in fact, today I'm going to talk a little bit about it in the beginning of the show. I was talking about how people with opposing political views can still be friends, and how I miss the days when someone had an opposing political view, you could still talk to them and not become enemies. You know what I'm saying? I had that conversation with Frank B. Shaner, I'm working on to be a guest here, and dyed-in-the-wool Republican, and we used to go surfing a lot, and I'm a Democrat, he's a Republican, but we agreed to disagree often, but surfed almost every day. You can do that and be friends. And I said, many of the people I ride with, get involved, do your best, and you know what? Support the process and don't whine. Yeah, I think you can appreciate that. What made me think of it, Doc, is that a lot of the posts on your Facebook page say that, right? Don't you miss those days? Yeah. In fact, at the risk of sounding like some 50s bigot, some of my best friends are Republicans. In fact, let me touch upon that right now. What happened this morning was I got into a little back and forth via email because someone didn't like that, I said, hey, don't post political things. Now, so if you don't know, here on the Daily Pidgin Live, we avoid political, medical, and cynical. We call it the three calls. Here, we practice aloha, we show respect, we concentrate on what brings us together, what we have in common, and not what separates us. Yes, we can have opposing views, but let's leave those at the door when we take off our shoes and again, concentrate on aloha and coming together. And it's possible because we are doing it here every single day. So what happens was I had Augie T on the show. Yeah, he's running for city council, and I apologized yesterday that he was a little more political than he and I agreed he would be, right? And that's fine, okay? But at one point, he walked through his living room with his laptop, right? And there was a huge Trump sign in the back of his living room, right? Fine, that's what he believes in, more power to him. Well, someone posted "Go Trump" on the what they call the comment section of that show, because we posted after the fact, right? Well, I deleted that and told the gentleman, who will go unnamed because he's a regular here, that even if he had posted "Go Biden," right, this is not the place for that. Okay? Well, he sent me back an email. You can guess how that went back and forth. But I tried to impress upon him that when I do that, it's not about quelling one political party or the next. If he was talking about vegetarianism, right, or religion or anything that's kind of, separating and not, congealing, I would have done it. And it's not about you being wrong and me being right. It's about the overall gang, okay, the Hamajang gang, as we call ourselves, right? Because any spark that might start a forest fire, I will play daddy and, and do my best to protect the overall family. Okay, get plenty other places if you have political battles or food battles or religious battles. Here we try to come together, right? And it's a difficult task. I get it, you guys, okay? It's like when you go into church, right? You got to remind yourself not to swear. And every once in a while you go, hey, that guy, he's so messed up that I want to, and that's what we're trying to do here, okay? So if I've ever done that or deleted a post you did or any of that kind of stuff, please understand that, at the risk of sounding like Spock, it's, for the many, okay? Because what we're doing here, I believe, is special, and we're growing because of it, okay? bow, step off the soapbox, and ash right. Okay. Now, again, like I said, our where's my clock? Oh, I got plenty of time. Our guest today, Stephen Espanola, but also coming up, like I said, is tomorrow is Loretta Oblis. I can't remember the rest. We have Tegan and Keola P coming up. I could bring up the things. Oh, by the way, I also, after Jerry Lopez, surfer Jerry Lopez on Labor Day, the next day, Melvin Lead. So, I'll post that someplace, I guess. I'm not that good at homework. So, yeah, I know. So there we go, gang. Let's see what else we get. 76 Metal Dragon. Only the Aloha spirit. Much love, Andy. Exactly. Believe what you like. Vote how you want. Get involved in the process. That's what I say. For or against, whatever. We go. Hey, try get Tiny Tadani. Hey, Tiny Tadani. Yeah. You know what his middle name is, Brian? Dynamite. Legally on his name, he's Tiny Dynamite Tadani. I don't know what he's doing lately. I haven't really seen. But, that's how it goes. Okay. All right, so what's this, Louise? That's why I come here, and it's special. Mahalo, Andy. Exactly, Louise. Believe what you like with all your heart. But here, guess what? Practice the Aloha spirit. Sounds like a lot of good people are set up for interviews. Yeah, I'll post it. Someone was really, who did that? Was it Pualani or something on the Facebook? The Daily Pidgin Live Facebook group, printed a list because, me, duh, I know. We all need to work together as one big ohana. That's how right there, Mark, And like a family, everybody believes different things, right? But, like I bring up my friend Doc, right? He... we have opposing views in many areas, but we have more views that are the same, and that's what we build on, right? Ooh, Tiny stole that name from Jimmy Walker. No, are you kidding? He was born with that name. It's his official name, Tiny Dynamite Tadani, on his birth certificate. I know. Mean that kind. Ooh, jazz aloha, if can. Hey, Douglas L. Vicent, how's it, Andy from South Carolina? So you hear about the spam shortage? Douglas, come on, you're gonna scare everybody. Shh, no, I never. Oh no. Okay, lurking. But with all the inclement weather, it doesn't surprise me, bruh. Because Douglas, because that's what spam was designed originally for, to keep and, be able to eat when you never have refrigeration or whatever. Oh, there we go. Gengi, if someone don't get your viewpoint, they might have your back. Deferring viewpoints bring creativity. That's what I believe right there. Andy, the Aloha shirt is spreading from this chat all across the country through the Hamajang gang. Oh, aloha, the aloha spirit. I thought you said aloha shirt. Sorry, I misclassed that there. Yeah, I know. Oh, there we go. Vicky Dynamite is intro. Huh? Avert your eyes. Looks like a private conversation. Andy, it's a hard job to keep everyone happy. This is why the show always is so relaxing to watch. Yeah, mahalo, Yehuili. And plus, we have young people here. Keola P, a regular, 10 years old, Tegan, 13. And I get emails from people that say, it's so nice to have something where our family can sit down and watch. The migrated Hawaiians, they're all over the place, right? That's how, right there. Ooh, love the show. Aloha from Montana. Mahalo, Scott. Thank you. Hey, what is this? Hey. Popolo Brada, I don't know what you mean by that. And remember now, I am president of Dyslexics Against Acronyms. So, I'm going to get hard time. I know. Hey, Nalulolo, oop, jealous. Caught a walk earlier. This looks like a private conversation. What say ye? Avert thy eyes. Money pays the bills, though. Okay, where does that come from? True. I definitely understand that one, you know. Okay. Here's Keola P. Speaking of our 10-year-old young blood, we can send spam from Michigan if you need it. Oh, thank you, Keola. Go to his website. He's a budding YouTube star, Keola P. 31. If you like nature and talking about bugs, and he'll show you his tooth just came out. I don't know how many people know this, but before I knew Keola was 10 years old, he posted, "Oh, I lost a tooth today." And I said, "Huh? What did you say to that guy?" And he goes, "I'm 10 years old." I went, "Oh, sorry." Uh-oh. Here's Steve Danielson talking about the spam shortage. I'll send spam they make here in Minnesota. I don't know where they make it, but I gotta tell you, I love spam. Andy Bumatai, awesome shirt today, and I'm glad you're doing better. Yes, I was a little down in the mouth, as they say, but I got over it. And again, my father-in-law passed away recently. Andy, you need to bring back the hammer. What hammer? What you talking about? Oh man, I guess you kind of woke it up, eh? Oh man, Robert. Okay. Someone. How's the right time? I still got a good time. The chat is moving like a swift, gangy. Mahalo for everybody who's tuning in. Yeah, and no shame, false crack the like button, okay? Antilytics likes that. And when you do it, then YouTube especially suggests my videos when you watch one, in the rerun, it suggests more, and we're trying to reach as many migrated Hawaiians all over the world. Sorry to hear about your father-in-law. Yes, in fact, you know what? Let me check something out here. Someone was asking about a site. My in-laws set up a scholarship fund. So in lieu of flowers for my father-in-law. If you don't know, he was the president of the University of Hawaii, and one time first, Asian American Japanese president in the nation to do that. He was Department of Transportation, and just an overall great guy, believe me. But what they did was they set up a scholarship fund. I hope I brought it in. Someone was asking, "Hey, I read we can donate to your father-in-law's scholarship fund." So I think this is it. Let me try to bring them up. Oh, hey, Marcus, are you, brother? Wait, hold on. Oh, don't run away. Right there. Yeah. How come I cannot clickanize this bugger? There it is. Okay. Hey, thanks, sir. What that is a super chat. It's like a tip jar on the YouTube side. People on Facebook, you guys can't do that, but no worry, Beef Curry. We're all good. Oh no, Fujio Matsuda. Wow, that guy was famous. Yes, and very much so, and well respected for, he was responsible for Manoa Innovation Center, for many of the technological development centers in Hawaii and all that kind. But anyway, here, let me see if this will work. Hope work. Okay, right here. Okay, hold on. I gotta get fancy here, you guys. So give me small kind time here. I do this, then I do this, and then when I go to here, boop. Okay, here we go. Yeah. You see this here? This is the website where you can make the donations, right? And Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry. Wait. Let me see if I can bring the part where. Come on, you buggers. Okay, this right here. You see that right there? That is the URL right there. Good luck. And I'm doing this so maybe you can catch it on the rerun, right? And basically this is that's my mother and father-in-law right there. My father-in-law, of course, just passed away. And this is where you can donate what you want. It goes to the Fujio and Amy Matsuda Scholarship Fund. And there, that's it. Okay? Thanks, you guys. Okay, let's see. Cool. I will send a donation to the site. Yeah. Oh, hey, Popolo Brada. Thanks, for the super chat. And you know what? Let me try to do this here. One more technological kind stuff, and then that's not it. Hold on. For the people on the Facebook side, because they're always asking me, I grabbed the link if you want to make a donation to the show. Okay, this is not the Fujio side. Okay, sorry. This copy. Okay, this is for the Daily Pidgin show. I'll post it in both. This is going to the Andy Bumatai site. Okay, and then this is Facebook, the Andrew. I have 2 pages, and we are simulcast on all. Okay. Oh man, a lot of business to take care of. OMG. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have a fancy OMG right there. I know. Okay, now I put this back and put this back. And I'm back to the beginning, and I'm back at the top of the slide, and I look and I go for a ride. Ooh, I know can do YouTube. Too fast for this old lady. Well, you are not talking to an empty room, Louise. Every day I'm like, ooh, yes, Bryant, he certainly was. I know. Thank you, Andy. I will grab it on the replay. Yes, I appreciate that. And on behalf of the Fujio and Amy Scholarship Fund, and this is run by the University of Hawaii. This is not their family. Their family the UH created this in their name. Okay? Oh, man. I'm getting tired already. And what? Is it just me talking? Ooh, showing. Thank you, Brian. Okay. Matsuda-san. Kampai. Yes. Yep. I always like to tell a story. Dr. Matsuda, my father-in-law, he had a PhD from MIT in engineering, right? And funny how things work out. And his daughter brings home a Waianae High School dropout. So I said, wow, PhD. Oh man, one of these days I'm gonna get my GED. Ice water tastes good. It's kind of hot here today. Oh, Andy, please say hi to Kamoala man. He's falling into a Great Depression because you went miss him 6 times. Oh, Kamoala man. Okay, I gotta go back. Let me find his avatar. Oh, he was kind of, look how far back. Back. Oh, here we go. Oh, make it 6 times. Oh, sorry, Kamoala man. What? Why don't you just call me? Sorry, bro. What did you know what? I have the dog, your dog playing frisbee. I don't know. I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Auntie Bagel, that was you asking about the fund. Okay. Ooh, that makes 6 times. Well, some people, they just give up, Kamuela, man. I'm glad you got through. But again, if I have to talk about anything, the chat just runs away. Yeah. Yes, he was, Louise. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. Yep. There's the no peef. What am I doing? Oh, this is what my bike looked like when I first found it. Talk about vision. I looked at this and went, wow, this would be a cool bike. My wife went, what? That's how you gotta do things, huh? Okay. Racing to the end so I can bring in Steven Espanola, I need to go back to Hawaii. Been so long. Oh, that would be nice, Game Time. We'll wait for you. We will be here because we can't go anywhere because they shut down the whole island again. I tell you, man, I feel for the businesses, you know. I mean, you know, I've had small brick and mortar stores, you know, that sold different things at different times. I can't imagine someone saying, okay, you got to shut down. Okay, now you got to do all these things so you can open again. Okay, I know they cost money, but you got to do them so you can open. Okay, we'll do all the things. And then, okay, you're done opening and got done all the things? Yes, we have. Okay, shut down again. I know. I mean, we have to get control, you know, but it's no easy task. Okay, here we go. The turtle is back to swimming in the YouTube pond. Great to have you back, though, Mr. Turtle. And we always like to say hello to Jojo Girl. Are you Jojo Girl? Hey there, Jojo Girl. And Andy, how are you? I am fine, and I'm about to do much better because I'm gonna bring in my friend from San Francisco, Steven Espanola. Okay, he's an ukulele teacher. He does shows at, I believe, Nohelani. He'll explain that if I'm wrong. And been a good friend for many years. And I can't wait to talk to him about Hawaiian music and working with halaus on the mainland as opposed to Hawaii. Okay, so let's see if we can bring him in. Hold on here. Okay, wait. Let me get all my stuff ready for him. Okay. We'll do this, and then we'll go to Steven Espanola. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Oh, wait, hold on, Steven. There you there? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steven Espanola. Come on, Button. You can do it. You can do it, Button. Boom. How you, brother? Looking good.
Doing good, my friend. Thank you. Likewise.
So, I see the ukuleles in the background. Hold on, let me do some geeky stuff here. Hold on, I go in here, and then here, and then I'm gonna bring you in, boop, like that.
Oh, there we go. Simultaneous.
Yeah, so we can see each other right there. And then, great to see you, man.
Yeah, nice to see you too. I've been kind of following along prior to you dialing me, so I was kind of trying to see what was going on. Oh, are we obligated to talk Pidgin?
No need.
Oh, okay.
I know you migrated, right? So, you know, in fact, I know we can talk Pidgin whatever you like, bro. But you know what? We talk here about how sometimes when you live on the mainland and you talk good English all the time, the Pidgin fade, small kind.
But I can turn them on fast. Depends on the surroundings.
So, are you under a time frame? I know I've been saying that you work at Nohelani's. Is that correct?
Noelani's.
Noelani. Excuse me.
Yeah, in San Carlos. I've been there probably, I want to say 6-7 years now. I've been playing there pretty steady, weekly. Of course, it's closed down right now, so it's they're doing they actually just started allowing live music again. So I'm on the inside, and then there's seating on the both patios on the back and the front.
Okay. Can you see the chats coming up?
I can't, and let's see. Oh yeah, hey Corey. Aloha.
Yeah, that's Corey. He's, Kiho Alo from the Seattle side, and here's somebody else saying, "How's it, Steven?" Ooh, and then it's, "Hey, I like your shirt." It's Krista Lynch. Oh, yeah, aloha. We were just talking about the importance of aloha. Oh wow, just down the road from me. I guess I was talking about the restaurant, huh? How's it? There's Belly Bear. Aloha, Steven. Aloha, mahalo, talk story. Whoa, look at this. Oh, those are some beautiful ukuleles hanging on the wall.
Yeah, look but no touch.
Hey, I mean, you have those. You've been doing these ukulele classes, yeah. How has that changed now with the online thing?
It's been a challenge, like I used to have a lot of in-person private students,
Yeah.
and as soon as the pandemic hit, all of my students went virtual. I mean, pretty much overnight. So I had to get acclimated to a new surrounding, just pretty much pretty quickly, and it's really really been. I mean, it's blown up a lot. Like I have more students now than I ever have. So I guess that's the kind of the silver lining in all of this. You kind of have to find new avenues, and just kind of go with the flow.
If someone was oh man, these buttons, I gotta tell you, hold on, Stephen. Okay, I gotta do some stuff here. I got this one, right? And then I do this, and then I gotta bring you in. How come this thing?
By the
Oh,
way, I gotta say, like I thought I was like Mr. Tech Head, but every time I see your stuff, I'm all like, oh, I'm like behind.
well, if I could get them to work, that would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but anyway, what I was saying was when people want to get in touch and take your classes because so many are stuck inside. How do they go about that?
You can go to my website. You can just go to www.stevenespaniola.com, or you can find me on social media. Just hit me with a DM on Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
And I pretty responsive. I can get back to you pretty quick.
Okay. And talking about geeky, check this out.
Uh-oh. Hey, I know that guy.
There we go. Oh, how's that? And then we can,
Nice.
yeah. So this is your website here, okay? And these different what are these videos here?
Yeah, so this is actually my YouTube channel,
Oh,
and so it's funny because I've been in the YouTube space for a little while, and I never could quite find my niche in the YouTube world because it's so vast, right? It's like
yeah.
everybody's doing ukulele on YouTube. And so I was at a ukulele festival one time, and somebody came up to me and said, like, you know what? I have this blue book called the Himeli Aloha book, and I don't know how any of the songs go because they don't tell you how they don't give you an idea of the vocal melody or anything.
Yeah.
And that person wasn't from Hawaii, so they didn't know any of the songs. So as soon as he said that, I was like, a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, ding! I mean, I know most of these songs, so why don't I put together a format where I teach people how to play these songs that I grew up with. And as soon as I did that, it was I all of a sudden I found, I mean, it was such a huge response to that, and finally I found my little corner of YouTube, the YouTube ukulele community, and it's been great ever since.
I was able to find your website in the background while we were talking. Is this it here?
That's it. Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay,
my
so
website.
this is the website, and oops, hold on, more geeky,
Fan-
so I can make them more big right there.
Fancy, Andy, fancy.
Who does your graphics? Look at that! How cool is that?
So a lot of this, I mean, a lot of the way I do my own website stuff, and for like the graphic stuff, it's kind of a combination of stuff I've accumulated over the years. Like the little guy with the icon in the top corner is by a friend of mine. He's a graphic designer here in San Francisco. His name is Brant Fuse, and
Talking about
he has
this
his
guy?
that guy there,
Yeah.
yeah. So he has a company called Sumo Fish Designs, and they do all kinds of stuff. And then the other stuff is like just photos that I've had taken by pro photographers over the years.
Wow. Now, how you grew up? Where here was it? Aliamanu?
Aliamano, good memory.
How's
Yeah.
that, bro? Prove it. Oops. Oh,
Oh,
look at
who's that?
this. What is this? Oh, that's the hot boot baby. We don't want to show her. Hey, come on. I don't know. Hey, Steven, I don't know what is going on. I'm hitting my buttons and there's a huge delay. I might have, maybe it's you sucking up so much energy, you bugger.
I thought it was like an old childhood picture of me for a minute when I had hair.
No, I wish you were. Um, now, so how long have you been on the mainland now?
Quite a while. So I moved up to the Bay Area in my late teens. So I've been up here a long time. But when I moved here, I would still go back to Hawaii every year just to stay grounded and stay connected.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I miss it though. As a matter of fact, when I go back to record now, I still record in Hawaii when we're able to travel. In Salt Lake with a gentleman by the name of Dave Tusharone. He's right there at Salt Lake, right where I went to intermediate school. So I still like to go home and just feel a little bit of a sense of home when I'm recording.
I had a conversation with Robert Cazimero one time. I was interviewing him in that car show where that we did when we drove
Yeah,
through Alihomanu.
that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and he told me, he says, as sad as it sounds, the Hawaiian music and halau community is stronger on the mainland than it is in Hawaii now. Is that
It is. It's it's a strong connection to especially people who are transplants who used to live in Hawaii and come here. And I think that's just a natural thing, because and that's actually the reason I got back into playing Hawaii music was because I missed it so much and I wanted that connection to home. So I think that's why there's such a huge base of Hawaiiana and hula and ukulele on the mainland is because people love that connection to Hawaii. And I try to keep it a part of our lives. My wife is from actually from where you were raised in Waianae in Makaha side. So we try to raise our daughter in that same vein that we were raised.
Wow. It's interesting. It's like whenever I go to the mainland and visit any of the, because I primarily would perform in where the pockets of Hawaiians are, throughout the West Coast right, and people always go, "Hey, bro, you know what? I know where to get the best plate lunch, bro. You gotta come. We go eat plate lunch. I know what that lau is, bro. You like?" And it's so hard to tell them, bro. I just came from Hawaii. I eat Italian food.
Or Mexican too, because I mean, it's sad because Hawaii doesn't really have that, a lot of good Mexican places.
Yeah.
So when people come over here, I always take them to the best taquerias and or Italian places.
Yeah.
It's funny though, when people come, they still like to go to like the crab places and oysters and those kind of places too. So
Sure.
they still like a little bit of seafood.
Yeah. But my point to that was that when you're on the mainland, you embrace the Hawaiian culture even more because you're detached from it. And that's, I think, what explains why people love the music so much there, the food, the halaus, the dancing, and all
That's a
that
good
kind
point.
of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're home, I mean, it's you wake up and live and breathe Hawaiian. So
Yeah.
when you're here, it's just you have to make it a point to stay connected. Yeah.
And the ukulele is really taken off here. Lately, am I wrong? I'm seeing on YouTube ukulele bands of like all haole people and stuff. And
It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, I just did earlier this year before, pre-COVID. It's funny how we have to say pre-COVID now.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, I mean, I did one of my last ukulele festivals I did before the pandemic was the one in Wisconsin, and I didn't think there was going to be anybody there, and I mean, it was hundreds of people turned out for this ukulele festival there in Wisconsin. So I mean, it's pretty amazing to see this instrument that at one time, we were forced to play in elementary school, and then now it's grown up to be this huge- Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember like being forced? We actually had a
Forced.
ukulele class.
Right,
and
right.
I tell people this all the time, and they don't believe me. Like
Yeah.
we were forced to play ukulele in school.
Oh,
Like
hene ko ako. I remember this.
uh,
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now, when you're teaching ukulele over online, um, what about the tuning and the lag? And is there any? Because
Mm,
music is such a pure thing.
yeah.
What's different?
It's yeah, you definitely have to make sure you're a little bit more attentive. So typically when I would teach in person for my privates, I mean, I like to be right there and be able to correct people and like move their fingers if I need to. But now I just have to be a little bit, I mean, the people on the other side have to have a nice high resolution camera so I can see what's going on with the fingers.
Yeah.
And I just got to be a little bit more aware. It's funny that one of my newer students, complete beginner, and we spent like the first 5 or 10 minutes tuning the ukulele, and she never tuned it before, so she's tuning it, and then the thing went pop, and I'm like, oh, lesson Paul. So I had to kind of like send her some tutorials on how to tune it up, and then we're okay the next time around. But yeah, it is a challenge. You're not there to have that immediate interaction and to be to immediately respond to what's going on. But like everything else in this pandemic time, you find workarounds to get to where you need to be.
And talk about how difficult it is to teach online. Here's Keone Nunes, and he teaches tattooing online. No,
Oh,
I'm just
is that
joking.
okay? I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, he was our guest. I think the day before or whatever. Now here's Miles, and he also is a music teacher, right?
Yeah,
And he's been talking about how he does most of his classes online now. You
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
he's
Not only,
go
oh no, go
ahead.
ahead. So not only I'm not only doing like just the personal private one-on-one lessons. I'm doing bigger workshops too with a lot of different ukulele clubs and various halau from all over the place. So that's a little bit of a different kind of scenario where it's a little bit more of a kind of like a one-way thing. So everybody has to be on mute because you know what it's like when everybody's trying to talk at the same time on
15
Zoom.
people on Zoom.
Oh man, that's yeah, that's something I never want to revisit. So
What,
I always make sure like everybody's on mute, and it's more of in that kind of scenario, it's a little bit more of like a seminar kind of a thing where you're going one way, and then
yeah.
people have questions, at the end, if they need to.
Oh, here we go. Are you? My dog has fleas, and now he's making a joke there, but I do have a question about that. What level do you teach? Is it like from, my dog has fleas to finger picking and what are the
All
levels?
levels, yeah, all levels, yeah. I have, and
Really?
it's funny because you would assume that because of my genre specialty is Hawaiian, that most of my students would be learning Hawaiian music, but a lot of my students are learning, just a lot of like pop songs and
Wow.
I have a lot of beginners, and my newest student is only 6 years old and absolute beginner.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't know. This is a G-rated show, so I'm not gonna tell you what finger he held up when I had place a finger on a certain
What
chord.
chord is that?
I said, put this finger on this
Yeah.
chord, and he's like, this finger, I was like, yeah, that finger.
Here's Lanai saying, "How's it?"
Hey, how's it, Lanai?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
funny with Lanai, he's actually sort of family. So my brother-in-law is first cousins with Lanai, and they're both in the DJ game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small world.
Look at this. John is asking a question. Let me see what you can say. John, Andy, with all this interest, wonder why Sirius XM doesn't have a station. Talk about Hawaiian music station. I thought they did. Huh?
Yeah, or like ukulele. Yeah, I think they do have a Hawaii music station actually, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Uh,
It seems like the YouTube space is kind of taking over as far as like
mhm.
that world.
So, You know, I by the way, today I talked. You know, Stephen Lee,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah,
The entertainment commissioner there in Hawaii. I called
yeah.
him today and asked him, you know, if he could do an interview, and we talked. And boy, talk about the Rona taking a toll. He's opening nightclubs. I mean, he built nightclubs with internet access and all this high-end stuff, and then, bam, they closed them.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I said, bro, you got to talk to the entertainment director. And he goes, I am the entertainment director. No, commissioner for the whole, for San Francisco, you know?
Yeah. I
So,
mean, I think it's amazing what you did. You know, you were able to just completely transform what you would normally do like on TV and bring it to this space in a pretty relatively short amount of time. I mean, well, the most of us are struggling trying to do, get our tech up and running. You were going already.
well, you know what? I don't know if you ever heard the story, but I was doing a recorded show, edited it, and just, you know, put it, well, not live, right? So
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, maybe I should go live every once in a while and see if it will work, right? So I accidentally went live one day.
Oh,
And then I went, hey, how's it? I'm live. Hey, how's it, everybody? And then people were chatting and I was answering. So I did it the next day and the next day and the next day.
oh,
And I
funny.
think now we're on, I don't know, 123 or 24 days or something like that. You know, it's just a
Wow.
happy accident, you know,
Yeah.
and that's
Isn't
how,
it funny? Like the best things always happen by accident.
yeah.
It's amazing.
When you're writing your songs, does that ever happen?
Oh yeah, I've written songs by accident before. Remember that song that you used for your
Cal
in the car
Rosalani?
series, Carol Zelani, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
sort of a accident song. Well, the name was a kind of an accident because it's called Carol Zelani Slack. I came up with the melody I was sitting on the couch, right, figuring out this melody, and then I think my wife was cooking adobo that night, and then she asked if I could help with the rice, right? So I went into the kitchen. I had the melody in my head, and I wanted a title for the song. And I was like, man, what should I have to call this song? And as I was making the rice, I looked up and I saw Cow Rose rice. And I was like, Cow Rose. And then I gave it that Hawaiian twist and called Cow Zalani, and that's how I came up with the name of that song.
You know, it's so funny. I like make 'em Hawaiian. I just add lane on the end,
Yeah.
right? And when I was doing comedy, I said, "Oh, I need a character for this Mahu character." I was doing this. I said, "How about his name is George? I got it, George Lani."
Like
here's
so,
he- here's some. This is shakalaka. Listen, can you read that?
Steven, you look like the happiest person I've ever seen. Wait, what does it say at the bottom? I can't
It says,
quite
"I
see.
love your smile."
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I am happy.
You know, that is what counts, you know. I mean, if you're do you ever, you know, I'm wondering, like with comedy, every once in a while you just don't feel like doing it, you know, but you, like before the Rona, of course, you work and play so often. Do you ever go, I just need a break, and you know, I'm going, you know, play football or something?
It's I do get into those kind of like ruts, you know. I think every creative, whether it's comedy or musician, I think we all fall into that kind of work rut, you know, where it's like, oh man, I don't really want to do this, but I just have to plug through and do that. You know, when we were pre-pandemic and I was playing like 2 or 3 times a week, that would happen a lot.
Yeah.
And it's funny when I went back to playing live like 2 weeks ago, I was actually really nervous. I was like, I never get nervous before a show, but like I was actually really nervous. Like, am I gonna do this right? You know, am I gonna remember how to plug things in? So I never
Wow.
take it for granted nowadays. Like
Yeah.
the fact that we can play live music for people who are willing to listen is a gift, and I never take it for granted anymore. And if I do feel like not playing, I'll try to find like a different motivation, or you know, a different a way to kind of get through, even if it's just like in my mind I'm just practicing, you know, getting through some new songs or some
Yeah.
new arrangements, then I'll go that route. But I never I never take it for granted anymore as far as like being able to do what I do.
How do you teach people to, that are just learning the ukulele, how to get past that first part where they just are so bad that they can't stand listening to themselves? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I think there's no substitute for just like being out there and playing in front of people. Because you can practice all you want, like, for hours and hours and hours, but the minute you get in front of people, there's like this. I mean, too, just being in front of comedy crowds too in clubs, like there's nothing that can substitute that immediacy, right? That and immediate feedback. Whether it's like even if it's a wrong note, you're playing a wrong note, and they're all like, oh, or or if you get that applause, the applause is a great kind of like immediate thing because it's like you get a kind of like a source of adrenaline. But there really isn't any substitute for just playing out in front of people.
Is there a speech like, do you say, okay, listen, your fingers are going to hurt, your mind is going to hurt, you're going to sound awful, but at some point you're going to break through? And
Yeah,
do you have a speech like that you?
I don't. I just say, just press, just go.
Okay, then you can use that one.
Yeah.
Hey, here's Lono from Waianae. I don't know if you know him,
Oh yeah.
ukulele player. Do you know Lono?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you read that? He says, "Hey Stephen, is there an update to Tunes in the Dunes?"
Oh, so tunes in a dunes. That's actually a thing that both Lono and I taught at, and it was this really cool ukulele. It's not, I'd be doing shortchanging it by calling it an ukulele festival. It's more like a retreat or an escape, really, because it was this ukulele festival up in the Oregon coast, where it'd be about like 10 or so teachers and about 300 plus students. And it would be on this kind of like remote island that you would have to take a little boat out to. And you'd be stuck there with these teachers for 3 days, different genres from bluegrass to Hawaiian to rock. And I mean, by the end of it, you just have this real sense of community and aloha and this like everybody's connected, and it was a really cool experience. Sadly, the last year was the last year of Tunes in the Dunes, and yeah, I think they're retiring and they're not going to do anymore.
So on the way to the island, they didn't play. So sit right back and you hear a tale, the tale of a ukulele.
And everybody's all like,
Yeah.
"What? What did I sign up for?"
Here's Corey, and he says, "I tell students that their ear will always be ahead of their ability." Isn't
Yeah,
that
that's
insightful?
that is, yeah, yeah.
And then he had another. Corey is full of we started calling them Coreyisms because But earlier he said, with when you play live, the audience is half of the band almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a reciprocal thing. Like when you're playing live, especially more like a concert format,
Yeah.
you have that what you put out as an artist is what you're getting from that audience and from that crowd. So if the crowd is all like, like with their, they're like this and they're like, eyes
Yeah.
up, then that's what you're gonna get back from
Yeah.
from any artist.
Well,
But if they're all like real attentive and clapping, so that's what you're gonna get that back too.
I'm so fortunate for that because I made a living being people's opening acts, and it was my job. Come on, you guys, let's get it together. And then when I got them right where I want them, I got to walk off stage and hand them off.
Oh man.
Hey,
Is it the same? Is it the same thing as in comedy though? Is it that same kind of
Oh, are
feedback?
you kidding? It's probably more so because with Kamasami Kong on the phone and we were laughing that when I produced my first album, right? I was the first stand-up comic who recorded a live, and the producer went, he goes, man, I'm tired. I said, oh, why? He goes, you were in that nightclub and you were doing your act and these people were laughing and I had to edit all of that out because
Oh man.
what? I said, what are you crazy? That's half of it. Hey, here
Let's
we have
go.
a request by Frank Madrid. Can you read that?
Oh yeah, Steven, can you play a song? Is that what it says?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says, "Can you play us a song? Something that I don't have to worry about the copyright for."
Yeah, yeah, I could do something. It's funny too, Andy. You said you were talking about your first album. I actually have that album on vinyl. I
Oh
should have, I
man.
should have, I should have got it out and had it
No,
prepped.
please don't. 'Cause I'm wearing bell bottoms. I don't know if you
I
remember
know
that.
white bell
White
bottoms.
bell bottoms, no shoes. Oh, make a.
Okay,
Oh,
I won't show anybody.
thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, so what are you gonna do here for us? You,
Um, I could do one of my original songs. This is a song I wrote for my wife, April Hokulani, and it's funny. I wrote this song when we were dating in the hopes that we could continue to date,
oh,
and yeah, we're still married. So I guess she liked the song.
well, there's some people you got to teach that song to. They're like stay married. Okay, I'll shut up.
Are we under a time crunch? You want me to do the whole
No,
thing,
no,
or
no,
a
bro.
little bit?
Whatever, bro.
Just rock them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you. Stephen, the mix is awful on this thing. You could hardly hear your vocals, and the
Oh.
ukulele is blowing everything away. But it's not your fault. It's that what mic are you're using? The one on the earphones right there.
No, no, no. I'm using it's an external mic.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, I guess
but I
it's
think
big.
I think my ukulele was probably too close to the to the mic source, and my vocal was a little bit further away.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's hard. It's hard when it's a one mic source. And I probably should have played like a softer song.
Hey, you're talking about your wife. Hard to be unenthusiastic.
Remember when you had your late night show,
Yeah.
and I was a guest on that, and I played a song too, and it was like a really slow ballady, kind of like a sleepy song.
Yeah.
And then I forgot what you said. It was so funny, but it was like, oh, you know any slower songs than that?
Well, yeah, well, you know what? It's funny on this, even on these mixes. I mean, I get a lot of, can you turn this up? Can you turn that down? Whatever. And, so many people have so many kinds of speakers and headphones and stuff. It's not like sending it out on even television or whatever. Now, what
Yeah.
about finger picking techniques? Are there, ways that let's say someone who's usually strumming can easily transition into finger picking?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, finger picking. It's not as difficult as a lot of people make it out to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like anything else. Like, I mean, I think there's some strums that are actually harder than some finger picking, but I mean, it's just getting that dexterity on your fingers and learning how to control each one and letting them designating a finger to a certain string and just getting that articulation down.
Yeah.
But just like,
Can you show us a little?
oh yeah, actually, yeah, I should have played something that was a little bit more like. Yeah, so I mean, it's something it's just, like anything else. I mean, you're not gonna be Jake Shimabukuro overnight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something that takes a lot of practice
Wow.
and
Well, I mean, just what you just did right there makes me want to go grab my ukulele and make it into a lamp.
next week I'm gonna see like in the back there's gonna be next to the tiki there's gonna be a ukulele lamp.
Yeah, there'll be a little ukulele lamp right there. Oh God, my tribute to Steven Espanola,
Yeah.
mahalo, brother, for helping my career. With the little thing there. Yeah. What are some of the biggest mistakes people make when they go to play the ukulele?
Ah, that's a good one. I mean, just in general, like, what I try to teach a lot of people is, when they're first, especially like beginning ukulele students, is when they're first learning and they're playing, their tendency is to kind of play like really, really loud and loud and proud and just like, they want to be heard because they're just learning. And I always try to tell people to if you're playing ukulele with like a group of people and you can't hear the person next to you, then you're definitely playing too loud. So I think a lot of people
Wow.
in the beginning like have a tendency of learning how to control their playing and learning dynamics and learning how to kind of pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm talking about dynamics from the guy who was just blasting everybody's ears out 2 minutes ago.
Oh, well, then no, that's not your fault. I mean, that's a miking thing, people get paid a lot of money to ride that board and levels and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Isn't
I,
that funny how we've all had to turn into sound engineers and videographers
yeah.
during this time? It's like makeup people.
Yeah, I could use some makeup people there. In fact, here's a story. I was opening for Tom Jones, right? And I used to well, after I did my opening act, I would hang out with Sandy, who did the sound on a giant board, of course, because
Oh,
Tom's setup, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
during the sound check, there'd always be that one guy, more, like this. And Sandy would go like this. He'd put his hand down like this over the slider and move
Oh,
his
yeah.
hand without touching the slider. And the guy'd go, okay, right there. Perfect.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's a classic sound engineer trick.
Yeah. Oh,
I've always like learned to be, you want to make friends with the sound engineer, really fast because that's the guy who's controlling. He's the conduit between you and the audience, right?
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, always make friends with the sound engineer as fast as you can.
Yeah. One of my tricks is always, can you give me a little more highs than you normally would any singer, because I want the consonant sounds to permeate, because my audience is a little older and they lost that range,
Oh, funny.
so they can understand what you're saying more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. Yeah, I mean, so you take a lot of care into how it sounds. Whereas like a lot of, I can imagine a lot of comics would just go up and just be like, okay, tuk tuk tuk, is this on?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, man. I mean, we can go on and on about how people will set up a club, right? And they'll put a round table, and all the chairs are faced toward the middle of the table. So when they sit down, half of them have their back to the stage, and they're
Oh
watching
no.
like this. Hey, I have physically gone over there and flipped the thing around. Here's something you can use if you ever want to. I go, okay, hey, here's the point in the act. Before we start, I want everybody to stand up, please. Please, just stand up, everybody. Okay, now, Take your
Yeah.
chair and face it to the stage. Okay, now sit back down because if not, they get sore neck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Or they're kind of like stuck in there, and then they start talking to each
Yeah.
other, and then and then
Yeah.
that's not good either.
Speaking of talking to each other, how difficult is it to play in a restaurant where a lot of people will come in and talk? And how do you zone out and get into, the,
Like the space, yeah. I mean, I've been doing this so long that like in the beginning, I used to take offense to it. But the more I've kind of grown into becoming an artist, I kind of there's different levels or different scenarios that you can play in, right? There's a concert format where it's like,
yeah,
people paid good money to come see only you or whoever is on the bill.
yeah,
It's very intimate, and they're engaged. And then there's like the bar scene or a restaurant scene where you're pretty much relegated to the ambiance, or you're like the lighting and the whole facade, so, and you're basically background music. I used to really take offense to it in the beginning. I was like, "Oh, come on, listen to me." And nowadays, there's, especially at Noelani's, that there's a kind of a mix. So there's some people who come to see me specifically while they're eating, and then there's the people who they couldn't care less if yeah, I could be anybody.
Steven, you're being modest. When I went to see you at Noelani's, right, that time, right?
Yeah.
The place was empty. You set up 5 minutes before you start. The place is packed, looking at you, and you know what I mean. Some of them there, they had poo-poo and whatever, but most of them were there. Here's Lono. He said a funny thing. Look at this. If you play well, the chairs will turn.
That's probably true.
Probably true. What I saw that day when we were there that time goofing around, remember when Kamaka Brown and I showed up that time, and I think we interviewed you, and we went live and stuff. That was in the early days of live.
That was fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think they were actually there to see you.
No, I don't think so. I'm not there every day. Now, tell me what you have coming up, Stephen.
So let's see. Nothing. I mean, I have a couple of halal workshop events that I'm gonna do, and if you want to take part in any of those, you can always go to my website at stephenespaniola.com. And other than that, I'm just doing a lot of just my YouTube stuff and just trying to churn out as much content as possible and stay relevant on YouTube.
Man, you're not talking to an empty room. Yeah,
It's funny,
and
right? Like
Oh.
it's such a different. I mean, it's what we're worried about, like getting the content up there and making it good content and
Right.
On a regular basis.
And people forget that if you're not out there in the public eye, they'll forget you.
Oh, for sure,
They might
100%.
kind of remember him, and but hey, listen, and we talked about this offline. Anytime you want to, see any of the fancy dance stuff I'm doing here, and you need, I'm always there to help, and you're the kind of guy that you would pick it up fast,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely admire the stuff you're doing on the tech end.
Right, and especially and then I want to do something for you here. Hold on, yeah, watch this here.
Oh, I'm scared.
I missed you. You see, you saw it coming and you backed up.
Yeah, I see. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Hey, anyway, Stephen, hey, mahalo, bro. Thanks so much for the ukulele insight, for playing a few tunes there, and please, if you got anything going, again that you think you might, the Hamajang gang might appreciate, brother. You're always welcome.
For sure, yeah. And then next time, I promise I'll work out the audio stuff so I can play a decent song for you folks.
Oh no! I could tell you were doing the falsetto thing, and when you went there with the ukulele, I went, "Whoop, we got problems coming up here."
Yeah.
Because that you do that sweet falsetto, bro. Mean.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, brother. Stephen Espanola, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And now we're going to do the four turtles. And wait, hold on. I got to wait before I say goodbye to you. Let me find my. Play us out, Stephen.
I'll play the sleepy song I played on your late night show.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, he kaua yani wenei inapali kahelena inapua yagoia he popo he mai nei Yauka hoina Ebalei Ya Allah na kupua
Yay, Stephen Espanola, everybody. Mahalo
Thanks, my
for being
friend.
here, brother. Aloha. Oh, man. There we go. Woo. Okay, let's see if I can get back. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, there we go. Back again. Oh, gangy. Yeah, that was, I was really worried about doing music, over the internet. You can feel it faltering a little bit, but if you get past it, you realize, whoo, the sweetness is definitely there, right? Okay, gang. Yesterday, someone asked about that Savers Bird thing with the Japanese music in the back. So let's do that for the holo holo, and we'll be back in just a bit. Okay, here's our intermission. Go grab a refreshing beverage. I keep forgetting that thank you to Kamola Man is there. But, I guess when I ran that on the original show, he had done something I wanted to thank him about. And by the way, I keep forgetting, and I saw someone suggest this in the chat, that that we ask Lono to be a guest. Brah, if you're interested, you know the groove, right? Email me here and we'll figure it out. You got to have Skype and all that kind. And by the way, I opened that CD package up. Brother, mahalo. I really, thanks, real wine night style too, but I appreciate it. No, it wasn't bods for everybody he had made a donation in cash, and I went, what? Come on, bro, your song is donation enough, but, and that's not why I'm asking you to be on the show, but many people have said, hey, why don't you ask Lono? So if you're interested, bro, and you're still watching, let me know. If not, I'll try to reach out to you on on email. Okay, then there we go. Oh no, those were doves, Auntie Bagel. I think those are all doves. I don't know. I think I'm seriously thinking about taking that clip and for a value that is unstoppable, come to Savers. My name is Andy Bumitai, and I approve this message. I don't know. Anyway, hey, Steve Danielson. My cat was watching on my iPad. Oh, that's too funny. I heard cats will do that, right? They'll watch TV if you have birds or whatever, Ooh, hey, yeah, look, hey, nice would be good to have Lono, see? I keep forgetting to ask. I don't know, I got a lot on my mind, but, brah, okay, let me know. Okay, let's see what else you got here. Yeah, perfect, Andy. Yeah, would be nice. Okay, and, zebra doves. Is that what they call them? Nah, zebra doves. I didn't know that. Yes, now you know my dirty little secret. I have never been to Hawaii. That's okay. I actually a few people on the chat never. Tim from LA, right? He first thing he said, never been there. Would really love to be there. So we'll see. Okay, now let's see how much time we got. About 10 minutes. Let's play 10 minutes of the holo holo that I did in. Let's see. Well, we can do that, or we can play. I have that. Someone asked about the international marketplace. Where I walked through the international marketplace. This is before the Rona, and this is, I guess it's got to be almost a year ago now. Right after they finished it. But if you haven't seen the international marketplace, what they did to it recently, let me know in the comments, and we'll give it a minute. And if anybody wants to see that, I'll just play that. If not, we can do a holo holo and still chat and take on a 10-minute ride through Kaneohe. So you let me know, okay? And I'll bring this music up. So funny how some of the songs real soft and some of them aren't. Louise, yes, please do. Please do what? Which one do you want, Louise? The international marketplace, the new international marketplace in Waikiki before the Rona, or my daughter works there. Oh, so it must be the international marketplace. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to the international marketplace in 25 years. Well, then you're about to have a serious shock, John, because they really did the whole thing. The international marketplace is so different now. Nice, but I missed the old one. Yeah. Okay, let me just play the international marketplace one. I think it's about, 5 minutes or something. That'll take us right to 5 minutes before the show. We'll go Vala'au, small kind right there, and then aloha no. Okay, so here we go. This is the me walking through the international marketplace. It's got to be about a year at least. Here we go.
And thought I'd just kind of take a walk through the new international marketplace. Now, you remember the old one, right? I used to do this joke about the reason they call it the international marketplace is because all this stuff is owned by Chinese, looks Hawaiian, is made in Taiwan, and sold by Koreans to Caucasians. Yeah, that's what I'm walking through right now. Now, right there behind me, see that? That's the original banyan tree that sat right in the middle. By and large, it looks pretty good. So let's take a look around.
We're too young to talk about forever, talk about the weather, to know any better. I just want to laugh until I can't breathe. Midnight moonlight dancing, never get enough sleep. Oh, the whole night through.
So here I am walking around the top floor. Take a look at that. Big glass awning. A lot of locals gonna go, oh wow, look, Sky Slidey's back. But, oh, hey look, another escalator. Let's go up that one. Think about that. The International Marketplace now has 3 levels. Huh?
Baby, could we misbehave a bit more? Never know what's in store when we're rowdy and bored.
I like this. Look at this up here.
'Cause we don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe, come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up.
One of the new restaurants here, and you get 10% off if you can actually pronounce it. Here's kind of an interesting name for a restaurant, The Eating House. Kind of explains it pretty plainly, don't you think? I think the people that named this restaurant also named The Fly. Here's something I didn't see back in 1965 when I was a small child here hanging out with my family. Times change. So that's a quick glimpse of the upstairs area. Let's go back down the escalator here and check out the second floor.
We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe, come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free, baby, we can dream.
Okay, I'm way in the back of International Marketplace now. That's Saks Fifth Avenue there. And I didn't know it went back this far. And they have something upstairs that's new to the whole international market thing, and that is parking. So glad they kept the little hut here. Well, I mean, it's a new hut, but it's where the old one used to be, on the top of this banyan tree right here. See a little hut? Pretty cool. Well, so there you have it, a quick glance at the International Marketplace and how much it's changed. Well, I guess progress is good.
Yep. Anti-bagel. Oh no, no more pharaohs, no more Brauhaus, no more wagon wheel, no more kiosks. Yeah, I know. I miss the Korean ladies selling the jewelry when I worked at when I worked at the Outrigger, right? When I'd be there, 5 days a week during the old International Marketplace days. and I used to have to walk, because I'd park in the back, and then I'd walk through the international marketplace. And every time they see me, because I was fairly, I would dress fairly nice because we were working the Outrigger main showroom at the time, so they assumed maybe I was a tourist or something. Oh, hey yo, that look good on you. That look good on you. Hey, you buy this one. You want a pearl? Change a pearl. No, thank you. Kamuela Man says, yeah, I bet it's a ghost town now. Are you kidding? The whole Waikiki. And it's the set of, Walking Dead. What's that, Kamuela Man? Keone. Yes, so different, but kind of look a lot like other malls. Yeah, it looks like someone took a piece of the new, Ala Moana shopping center and boom, just stuck it there. You could be anywhere, right? That's. I guess they tried to catch the Hawaii thing, but man, aloha, and they bombed that. Is so kulatai, and they boomed that so kulatai. Oh, I get it. Oh, thank you. That's actually very clever, huh? Thank you. Oh, let's see what else you got. Keone Nunes, mini Ala Moana, exactly. Yeah. And since I shot that, a lot of the restaurants upstairs, they already closed. And this is pre-Rona, because there just wasn't the traffic that they expected. I don't know, Oh, yes, I loved to barter with them. Did you? Oh, I didn't like. How much is the price? Well, I tell you what you want to pay? What? No, I'm not good at that. Just give me the price. $50. Too high. Yes, I love to barter with them. Oh, here Having Fun says, I loved working in Duke's Lane in the midst of the Korean ladies. Yeah. I became best friends with one of them, and they would come in the weekend and take her boys to the beach. Oh, wow. There you go. Hey, mahalo, Andy. Have a great evening. I'm going to bed now. See you tomorrow. Okay, Polani. By the way, yes, I am reading your book, Mahalo. I have it bookmarked. I got to, this much of it. My daughter said, oh, so nice to see you actually reading. It's been a while, I know. Whatever. Anyway, Gengi, thanks to everyone for tuning in again. And thank you. Good night, Poa. Sweet dreams. Chart House Restaurant closed down. So sad, yeah. Saw a picture of Fred Hemmings with Joey Cabell, who was the owner of Chart House, or one of the owners. You owe me half a penny. Oh, and I wonder why. I remember Duka Hanamoku's in the back. Oh yeah, Kimo McVeigh, and that's who started that. Later went on to manage Duke. He managed Duke, but he also managed Don Ho, and then myself, and Freddie Morris at one point. Yeah, Massa right there. Hey, good night, gang. Okay, see you Saturday and Sunday. Good night, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Cynthia. Night, Pulani. Right there. Good night, Andy and gang. Appreciate it. Good night. Okay, let's play the song since we're in kind of an ukulele groove. And then, do I have it? Okay, yeah, here we go. And 7, 6, 5.
Hey, how's it, and welcome to the Daily Pidgin Show. It's the place to be, to let the pigeon flow. The Daily Pidgin Show with Andy Bumatay. Mahalo nui loa to you for stopping by.
I could get back. All right, Gangi. Thanks so much. And, thanks for watching. Wrong mahalo. Let's try another one. Hold on. There we go. Thanks, Aloha.